Today's XP strategy is very good and very efficient to get to round 100 or even round 999 if you wanted to take it that far. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the video. Want to unlock all new mastery camos like Singularity ASAP? Check out Mitch Cactus, the biggest and the most reliable name in Call of Duty. They offer instant delivery DLC codes like Monster Energy, plus lobbies delivered in under an hour. Everything is 100% safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Trusted by the community and seen all over YouTube, Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers. Make them the go-to for all things Call of Duty and even other games like Battlefield 6. Be sure to use code SPAZEL for 5% off and check out their current Black Friday sale to earn up to 60% off for a limited time only. So for this strategy, we actually have a decent amount of work ahead of us. Not really too bad. We got to get the wonder weapon, we got to build it of course, and then we got to pack-a-punch it. You just got to pack-a-punch it to level 1 to get this cert upgrade. Now being inside of the spawn room, I'm probably going to take advantage of the actual toxic growth method using the actual spores, just so we can kind of get an advantage on the game, be able to pack the punch ASAP, kind of get some rarity going, etc, etc. But don't worry guys, I'm not going to waste too much of your guys' time today actually getting this wonder weapon built and everything. But that being said, what can we get from this one? Nothing. Oh, mystery perk. Okay, we'll take it. Nice. Speed cola. Okay, so yeah, we need to go ahead and we need to get the wonder weapon built, which takes about 10 minutes. Definitely not too bad at all. You can get it done relatively quick. Obviously, get the whole map set up. Now, I probably will end up going to the Lake POI. We're going to have to get them all open anyways and all the power turned on anyways just because of the wonder weapon build. But I'll probably end up going over there first. Well, maybe I guess it doesn't really matter considering we already have Speed Cola. We don't really need to head over there ASAP. We kind of can skip out on that for right now. But yeah, we're going to have to do that regardless. We can go ahead and head over here and grab Ted's head. So speaking of this strategy, you can use this to get a ton of rounds, to get a ton of XP. It's actually kind of OP. There's a few things you got to make sure that you take advantage of and do properly for it to work. Let me get inside of Old Tessie before we die. But whenever you kind of get it down, which it's very easy to understand and do, then you're kind of just hands-free golden for as long as you might possibly want to go. It's actually kind of insane. So what we're going to do is we're going to start running through these rounds because I want to kind of show you guys a little bit of it on the higher rounds, I guess you could say. We're going to get all of our perks. We're going to kind of get the strategy going. We're going to get the wonder weapon. We're going to pack-a-punch it. We're going to do everything like that. So yeah, in about 20 minutes, I will see you guys because I got a little bit of work to do. Okay, so this is pretty easy to explain, but all you're going to do is you're going to head to spawn with Old Tessie after you get everything set up, after you get the wonder weapon, etc, etc. Now what you want to do is you kind of want to position this in this back corner a little bit to kind of block, basically put you almost in a box, right? That's pretty much what you want to do. I don't know if we got it right there. We'll have to see. No, we didn't. Okay, so let's just Ether Shroud real quick and then we'll kind of scoot it in a little bit more. It looks like we need to kind of move it inside a little bit more so we can kind of turn this way. We can kind of hook it and then just kind of drive it forward almost. You kind of want to pin it between that corner of that and kind of by the ammo crate. So let me just go ahead and get out of there and we can jump away. Obviously we're on a higher round setting it up. You should try and set this up as soon as possible. That way you don't have to deal with all the zombies. But one thing I do want to explain before we do get into this, if you didn't know, you actually have an explosive ability with this wonder weapon. All you need to do is shoot down your bolts and then hold your left trigger down and you guys will go ahead and see that your bolts will explode. That's going to be the way we're going to be doing this method, okay? So we're going to kind of take advantage of that throughout this because that allows you to kill until round 100 easily with the wonder weapon. Makes it very efficient and very easy. Okay, so let me see. If we jump over here, we need to kill some of these zombies real quick. So what should have happened is we should have kind of created a spot in which we can kind of sit back here. It looks like we need to scoot this just a little bit forward almost. We can kind of try and kill some of these zombies. We don't really want to die. Let's try and go, I would say, about right there. Looks pretty good. Give us a decent amount of space to work with here. But okay, so you're going to kind of have this vehicle in a spot to which you can kind of sit behind and not really worry about anything. Now, when you're sitting here, Old Tessie is going to get destroyed. Now, you need to make sure whenever Old Tessie gets destroyed that you repair it right away, or you risk Old Tessie actually respawning in front of you, causing all the zombies to come to you, okay? So, it's a very easy method to do. You just shoot your bolts underneath the truck to the zombies' feet because they're all going to be piling up in front of this truck trying to destroy the truck. And you're just then going to hold the LT trigger so you can cause an explosion, making these rounds very easy to go through. It's very simple, but Again, remember, when Old Tessie gets exploded and that timer's gone, the 2-second countdown from explosion to you being able to reset it or whatever it is, it's 4 seconds right now. All you need to do is literally just repair it and it'll never despawn from this location. But if you don't, if you're like, oh, I'm not going to repair it, I'm too cool to repair Old Tessie, whatever it is, it's going to then respawn pretty much over in the middle of the actual spawn room. So you got to be careful of that. Now, whenever Zursa spawns in, you need to focus Zursa. He's going to come up to the truck. He's going to hit the truck. He's going to possibly even move the truck a little bit, maybe even possibly ruining it for you. But it is not as bad as it might seem. If you just shoot his feet under him and cause an explosion, you will kill Zursa very, very quickly. It is very, very easy to do. It is not hard at all. Now, I recommend 100% using Ether Shroud. In case anything bad happens, you have enough time to go ahead, pop an Ether Shroud, get your truck back into position. Now, we have a Zursa right here. They're always going to kind of spawn to the left side of the map. So what I usually do is I kind of start my shots right away, right? So you can stun him, cause it again, shoot it again, bam, and just basically keep exploding it. And there we go. We killed him there. Bam. Easily just going through these rounds, or going through at least round 33, right? It's a very, very simple thing. Now, where I have my truck parked, we might have a zombie come from over there. Not really a big deal. I usually just stay crouched in the back. I don't even really lay down. I try to avoid that. Sometimes when I lay down, I almost feel at risk for some reason. So I just completely avoid that and just crouch and just shoot feet. Unless Zursa is there, of course. But there we go. Now we're just going to repair it. Bada bing, bada boom. And Old Tessie's going to stay right here. Now, obviously, you should give yourself enough room to where you can pack a punch, right? Now, I'm not saying this spot I have it is the exact spot, because it's not. I've had it to where I can put it out a little bit further and almost be able to access the ammo, still be able to access pack, and it still works the same. So, pretty much my advice is just to put it in this area and find a happy medium in which you can't run out and the zombies can't run in on both sides. And that will be the spot for you. It is literally that simple. That's the strategy. It's really, really fast once you actually get it down. And as you guys can see, it's going to make getting to round 100 a little bit free, a little bit easy, as well as getting to round 999 for that Dark Ops. So, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of an OP XP farm right now, especially a high round one. And you can even classify this as a gobblegum one, because you can just sit in game for long periods of time, allowing you to stack up those gums, right? With no little risk of actually dying inside of your game. So you just hit the Wonder Fizz, we can just come back over here, and then just keep spamming down there. Now, if you guys didn't know, with this Wonder Weapon, you do have infinite ammo. No, not a cert augment is required for it, as long as you shoot your bullets and retract them using the exploding method, right? Or the reloading method. It's pretty easy. Shoot 5, explode. Shoot 5, explode. You'll have infinite ammo. You don't have to worry about it. Very, very easy. It's really a good strategy. Probably one of the ones I really recommend. It's just really important that you guys actually repair Old Tessie whenever it explodes, because I'm telling you, it will despawn. And it'll spawn all the way over there. And the one thing that won't despawn is the zombies. So you need to be very, very careful there. There's the end of round 34. We can just let these zombies kind of stack up. I don't know when the next Zursa is going to spawn in. Here he is. So I'm just going to get some bullets ready on the ground. We can go ahead and explode. See, like that? You have to be a little bit cautious when you're doing it, and you kind of have to be ready for that, because he's going to hit it. He's not really going to move the truck, but he might bounce you out a little bit. Now, I've noticed that when I'm laying down, that seems to happen. So sometimes if you kind of stand next to a tire, it'll kind of almost block him from you being able to shoot out. I'm actually really glad that happened, because it is something you have to know that could happen if you're laying down kind of in that middle. So what I kind of do sometimes on these elite rounds is I'll kind of position the truck to almost kind of where he spawns in, because he spawns in on that left side. So if you can position it to where that left, or that top, front right, passenger right tire is kind of facing where he spawns, you can use that as kind of like a target spot to put all your bolts before he gets over here. So that way when he gets over here, you can explode him, stun him, and then just kill him real easily without him doing anything. Now, sometimes you don't even have to worry about him shooting you out. As long as you explode when he gets here and you start stunning him, which one explosion of 5 bolts will stun him no matter the round you're on. Okay? Now, you can even do 7 of them. I wouldn't recommend emptying your actual, let's call it a mag, right? I wouldn't recommend emptying that. Just keep it full, and you'll be fine. Okay, there we go. Nice. There's the end of round 35. Very, very easy. Very, very quick. We'll probably have a Ravager round here very, very shortly. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's the strategy. I don't really want to take up too much of your guys' time today. That is it. If this does help you guys out, or if you guys did find this helpful, or if you're going to use it, be sure to leave a like. Share the video to your guys' friends so everybody can take advantage of this before Treyarch does get rid of it. Because, this will get patched. It will. Something about this will. I mean, come on. You cannot expect this to actually be a thing that stays in the game for the entire life cycle of this game. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, do not forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I am out. Have a good one. Peace.